Hey guys, what's up? Jeff here again to orient your fitness in the right direction, and today I want to talk to you guys about something very important with regards to the dip exercise. I don't think any of the fitness gurus, to my knowledge, have gone over this with you guys, so I'm going to fill in the gaps that has been left, all the gaps that have been left by all these fitness gurus on YouTube. The most important muscle to work out for dips, in case you guys don't know what a dip is, I'm assuming all you guys do, but in case you don't, it's basically when you're holding on to something, you're bending your elbows, dipping your body down, and then you bring yourself up. It's a good exercise for your chest and triceps, but the most important thing to remember for this exercise is you really need a strong rotator cuff. If your rotator cuff's not strong, this exercise can really mess you up over time. It really can. And here's why. Because when you're bending down and your elbow's coming behind your body, you have that elbow extension. What's going on at your shoulder? Well, your shoulder is a ball and socket joint, so when you're bending your elbow back behind you, that ball is going to come forward more in the shoulder socket, because elbow extension, that's an anterior glide in that shoulder socket. So the prime action, the prime job of your rotator cuff is stabilizing that ball right in the socket. You have 4 rotator cuff muscles, and the prime job of them is to stabilize that ball right in the shoulder socket. So if your rotator cuff's strong, the dip can really be a pretty good exercise. It really can be, because that ball's going to be held firmly in the socket. But say your rotator cuff isn't as strong as it should be, it's not as strong. What could happen then is that ball can then go forward in the socket more because it's not being held in, so the ball can go forward in the socket more, and then it can begin to press on structures in the front of your shoulder here. It can begin to press on ligaments. So over time what could happen is those ligaments can stretch out more, and your shoulder can then become more destabilized. So what happens when that happens, when your shoulder's not as stable as it once was? Well, other muscles are going to have to jump in to provide that extra stability. So your biceps, which travels in the front of your shoulder, that's going to turn on more. So over time you get biceps tendonitis from your biceps being overactive to provide that extra shoulder stability. You can also get rotator cuff tendonitis because one rotator cuff muscle travels right through this space here called the subacromial space, and that muscle is called your supraspinatus. So that muscles in your rotator cuff can overfire, like your supraspinatus, get inflamed, and then when that happens, you can get impingement, where the muscle there gets jammed, because in that subacromial space where that supraspinatus runs through, let's say you're raising your arm up, doing various things throughout the day, then you can get jamming of that supraspinatus, and then you get more damage there and a potential rotator cuff tear over time, which you definitely don't want. So you definitely want to keep that in mind to keep your rotator cuff strong, so you're not getting that extra movement in that ball, in that shoulder socket when you do the dip exercise, because that can be a lot of stress on your shoulder, especially if your rotator cuff isn't strong. If it's not strong, that exercise can really mess you up, so you want to work out your rotator cuff. How do you do that? Well, you can do things like, so you go to a cable machine in the gym, stand next to it, elbow at the side of your body. You don't want your elbow away from your body, then you're using your deltoid. You want to isolate your rotator cuff, so elbow at the side of your body. Then say the cable machine's out there, you're going to be coming in with your arms. So resistance is out there, you come in, that shoulder internal rotation. So that's going to work out your subscapularis rotator cuff muscle. Then you go the other way, external rotation. So when you go the other way, you start in and you go out. That's going to work out your infraspinatus and your teres minor. So that's going to really work out your rotator cuff effectively. You can do that at the end of your workouts, since your rotator cuff is a stabilizer muscle. And if you don't have access to a cable machine, find a bench, find a dumbbell that's, say, lighter weight. You're going to be doing 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Lay on the side of that, say, bench, have the dumbbell, and come up with your elbow at the side of your body. That's going to work out your rotator cuff because it's going to be against gravity, which is going to target your rotator cuff. So you can do that both ways on the bench. And so those are both good rotator cuff exercises to do. Just in general, that's going to strengthen your bench press. It's going to allow you to do the dip exercise much more safely. And it's just an overall important thing you don't want to overlook. Because even though you're not going to be able to lift as much weight with your rotator cuff, they are stabilizer muscles, it's still important not to overlook it. Because if you overlook it, it could really mess you up. So hopefully that informs you guys. Hopefully that fills in some of the gaps left by the fitness gurus on here. But anyways, this has been Jeff once more, orienting your fitness in the right direction. If you like this video, thumb it up, comment, subscribe to my channel, And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later soon.